Ozymandias is a sonnet written by Shelley. It was first published in 1818 in the Examiner under Shelley's pen name Glyraesthus. Ozymandias is the alternate name of the ancient Egyptian pharaoh Ramses II. The poem is written in the form of sonnet but violates its traditional form and rhyme scheme. It is written in loose iambic pentameter with an unusual rhyme scheme AB AB AC DC ED EF EF. It disrupts the rule that there should be no connection in rhyme between the octave and the sestet. The rhyme scheme reflects the poem's four narrative voices, which are I, the traveler, the architect, and the subject himself. Shelley describes a crumbling statue of Ozymandias to depict the transience of political power, the decline of rulers, their pretensions to greatness, and to prize art's ability to preserve the past. The text of Ozymandias reads more like a story than a poem. The first line of the poem introduces two of the poem's speakers. The speaker of the poem, I, meets a traveler who came from an ancient land. The traveler describes two large stone legs of a statue. Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. The statue lacks a torso to connect the legs. Near the broken statue is a shattered visage, broken face of the statue. It is half sunk into the sand. The facial expression, a frown and wrinkled lip, form a commanding and arrogant sneer. This indicates that the sculptor have engraved well the emotions or passions of the statue's subject. In a lifeless stone, the skilled sculptor was able to carve out those passions realistically. The sculptor not only recreated the feelings, but also the heart that fed those feelings. The perfection in which it is carved conveys that the statue itself seems to be mocking its subject. Even though the sculptor and the subject is dead, the statue speaks for itself. The traveler then describes the words inscribed on the pedestal of the statue. It says, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair." Nothing beside remains, round the decay of the colossal wreck, boundless and bare. Nothing remains around the statue. The remnants of large statue is surrounded by a never-ending and barren desert, with sand stretching far into the distance. The glory of the former kingdom and the king are not to be found anywhere in the sight. The inscription is an ironic contrast to the reality of the statue, highlighting the ultimate transience of political power. The poem is a critique of power, suggesting that the greatness of kingdoms will fall to the sands of time. Time has not only destroyed the statue but also the entire kingdom the statue was built to overlook. The words of Ozymandias are empty. Everything he built has crumbled. Shelley reminds us how powerless time and decay make everyone. Shelley's poem positions art as the most enduring tool in preserving humanity's heritage. Despite the statue is in a state of decay, the shattered pieces show the skill of the sculptor. The skill of the sculptor preserves the story of Ozymandias. The fragments interpret and conserve the king's personality. It displays to the onlookers what sort of a man and leader Ozymandias was. It reflects art's unique ability to portray and relate to an individual's nature even after their death. Art has the ability to bring back to life personalities. By emphasizing the skill of the sculptor, Shelley also elevates the act of writing. The inscription on the statue's pedestal reveals the king's name and his status. The legacy of the king and his failure has become part of history through a work of art. It reinforces the immortality of art and the transience of life. Shelley also reminds us how political power and human dominance prove futile compared to the natural world.